Hello friends, welcome back to my channel again and welcome back to another tutorial video. So today in this tutorial video we will gonna discuss about the WebGIS, but this video is slightly different from my other videos. Like as you can see on the screen, that in this video we're gonna see how to basically develop a three-dimensional WebGIS, 3D WebGIS. In my earlier videos, most of the videos was about the WebGIS. Basically, those were the 2D WebGIS only in X and Y. But in this, we will gonna see how to develop a application just like Google Earth. As you must have been uh, explored the Google Earth. So as you can see, this we will gonna see how to develop this kind of 3D application and how to overlay your own geospatial data, shape files, and any other files over the globe. As you can see here, I have overlaid the Indian boundary over the globe. So for that, basically what we will gonna do, we will use a JavaScript library that is free called Cesium JS. So first we need to download this JavaScript library. So just go on Google and type Cesium JS. So just click on the download and just click here, download Cesium 1.81 version, and you will be able to download the zip file. So I have already downloaded it, so you will get the zip file downloaded. And one very most important thing which you have to remember, that you have to run this application inside any web server. So you need a web server for that. So what we will gonna do, we will gonna use Tomcat web server. So you just go on Google, type Tomcat, and you can download the Tomcat. You can go through my earlier video like WebGIS development from the scratch, or earlier video also how to install Tomcat with GeoServer. So you can go through that video. So in detail you will be able to install the Tomcat and GeoServer inside there. So otherwise, very quickly I will show you how to download and how to install Tomcat. Just on Google, go and type Tomcat and just click on download. And here there are so many versions, so I prefer version 9 because my GeoServer is compatible. You do not need to have GeoServer for developing this kind of 3D GIS. You do not need GeoServer, but I'm using GeoServer because I'm fetching some GeoJSON data from the GeoServer. You can directly convert your shapefile data into GeoJSON format, and then you can use. So I'll prefer version 9. So just click on the version 9 here, and then click on 32-bit 64-bit Windows Service Installer. So once you will click, you will be able to download the exe file. So after that, very quickly I'll show you. Just double click the exe file, just go on next, just click the examples and host manager, next, and here you have to give the port number. If your port number 8080 is free, you have not installed any service on this port, you can let it be 8080, but in my case I had installed GeoServer, so I had changed to 8082. It depends on you. You can let it be 8080, and then you can give the username and password for accessing the host manager. You have to give any username and password, and you have to remember that, and just click next. You will be able to install the Tomcat application. So I will not install because I have already installed it. So I'll show you after the installation what you have to do. Your service will automatically start, otherwise you will be able to see this kind of icon. Just double click and you have to click start here, and basically you need to have Java on your machine, otherwise you will not be able to install the Tomcat, because you need Java for that. Here there is a link for Java. So when you have successfully installed, just go on your browser and type localhost and whatever port you have installed, like localhost colon 8082. I have installed Tomcat on 8082. So you should be able to see this page. If you are able to see this page, it means you have successfully installed the Tomcat web server. So now you are ready to go. Next step is basically we have to copy. You have to go to your C drive, program files, Apache software foundation. This folder will be created. Then this Tomcat folder, there will be one folder in your case. I have installed two version 9.1 9.0.44. So you will be able to see only one folder. Just double click that, and there is a folder called web apps. Just go inside that. Here what you have to do, in that you have to create any new folder. Like I have created a folder called 3D. So you have to create a new folder and just create another folder library to keep your all the libraries there. So I have created a libs folder, double click, and I have pasted my Cesium library which we have already earlier downloaded, and just unzip it. So you this is the folder which will be created. So you have inside web apps one 3D folder, then libs folder, inside that this Cesium. You have to unzip this. Okay, now we will create one HTML file and then we'll see the code. But first I will give you the overview of the application, then I will explain the code. Code is here with me. This is a very not a big code, very small code, so I'll explain line by line how to you can modify this code according to your need. So first we will see, this is the basically Cesium viewer, as you can see. So how I am accessing this application, localhost 8082, this is the port. This port may be different for you, just change it according to your need. Then this folder 3D inside the web apps, as I have already explained you, tomcat web apps, there is a folder called 3D, and inside there is one HTML page, test1.html. So just I am accessing this page like this. So this is the overview of this page. This is basically my layers, all the layers which I have published using this, and this is the geocoder. So you need to have a good internet connection for using this. If you do, if you do not have internet connection, you will not be able to see this globe and nothing will come. So this is the geocoder. You can search any location on earth. Basically it by default use the Bing geocoder. This is the home button. If you click on home, let me show you. If you click on home, it will go on this location. Basically this is, if you want to see the map in 2D, so it will convert this globe into 2D. So I'll make again a globe. Okay, and these are the basically base maps. These all are base maps are available, such as Bing map, aerial with labels. If you click on this aerial, basically the locations, the labels will also come. You can zoom in, let me show you. So as you can see, this is the base map of Bing. You can change it to such as Esri world imagery. So you click on that, so you'll be able to see the Esri base map. Now this is the Esri base map. Okay, this is a very high resolution base map. Then again you can click on OpenStreetMap, so you will be able to see the OpenStreet base map. Then Bing maps roads. These are the basically the base maps. Then there is the terrain. If you want to see the elevation undulation, then you can click terrain. So I'll show you what terrain will do. Let me just first search some place. Let me search Himachal Pradesh in India. Change the base map first, the Bing map. Now let me go to any mountain area. So now which you are seeing, this boundary is my data. This is my data I have overlaid over the globe. So I will explain you that how to overlay your own data. If you have any river boundaries, your points, your buildings, so you can overlay that data over this globe in 3D also. So I will explain you how to basically publish your data over this in 3 dimension. As you can see, when I'm clicking here, it is showing the feature information Himachal Pradesh. So this is basically WMS service right now. You can publish GeoJSON data, KML data. I'll explain later on this. So first I will zoom in. So yeah, this question mark is also for the basically this will help you how to rotate the globe, how to zoom in, zoom out, pan. So it will give you the information about that. If you are using the mouse, just use this. If you are using touchpad, use this. So you can take a help of it. Let me go to some place here. Yes, this is. So as you can see right now, let me tilt it a bit, so you will be able to see the flat surface, flat earth right now. This is flat earth. There is no undulation, so there is no 3D in this now. So Let me now, if I'll change it to Cesium world terrain, if you click here, now tilt it, you can check this, or how to tilt, how to rotate, you can check this. Okay, so now you can see, you'll be able to see the elevation also. Zoom it again. So there will be some buildings also here, because I have added open layers building, sorry, open street map buildings in 3D. As you can see here, one or two buildings are there. Click here, so you'll get the information about the buildings. These are the 3D buildings you have overlaid. You have extruded, one has extruded the height of this building. So you can this is the OSM data right now, but you can overlay your own data. I'll show you later in the video how to do that. My internet is, that's why it's taking some time to load the imagery. But if you have a very good internet connection, this image will load very quickly. So you can create animations and a lot of things. You can rotate around a single point. So a lot of options are there in Cesium JS. If you go on the website, you can find a lot of examples. So you can see the very nice 3D is coming. New Delhi, India. I'll show you some of the buildings also. Like OSM buildings are already available in 3D. As you can see, a lot of gray color. Let me zoom it to some place. Here it is. You can see this is the 3D buildings. You can give the colors to it. You can different height. I'll show you how to give colors and how to extrude based on the elevation. So I'll explain later in this video. Let me show you some other, such as New York. The here a lot of boundaries are there. Lot of New York basically. So these are the by default OSM buildings are available with different colors. So you can make your own buildings like this and you can publish it. I'll show you. So this is basically about the uh, GUI of this basically Cesium JS. Here I have created some of this, like if I click here USA population, so it will zoom it to the USA, and based on the population it will extrude the polygon like this. As you can see, this is my data. I have overlaid over globe like this. You can see based on the population I have a population field in a shape file in a vector data, so it have extruded based on that value. If you click on any feature, it will give you the information about that feature also. As you can see, there is this persons I have used for extruding the height. I have published my data. Let me show you some buildings also. Just digitized few of the buildings, and I just wanted to show you how it will look. Of the OSM building, otherwise it will confuse you. Let me make a comment. As you can see now, these are the 4 or 5 buildings which I have digitized, and I have extruded based on the, if I click on any building, I have given any random height, and I have extruded based on that. As you can have any polygon, line, point, and you have any field inside that, population or area or anything, so you can extrude based on that, and you can show. I have added any digital number, basically any number, and based on that I have extruded the height of the polygon feature. So this boundary is my data. This is coming as WMS service from the geoserver, and now the polygon data will be loaded. That is WFS, basically features are loaded. This is the Indian boundaries, you can see, based on a field called GID. So like this you can, and if you want to simply overlay, you can do that like simple style. If you go for the simple style, you'll be able to see the data like this only. Very simple, no color, nothing. But if you want to extrude based on that, based on any features, you can do that like this. Okay, now I will go to the code. So I think, so one thing you need to do, either you need GeoJSON data for this, because I have used GeoJSON data. So one thing you can do, if you have any your vector files, so you can convert those shape files to the GeoJSON data using QGIS. Such like this building I have, let me zoom to layer. So what I have done, just right click over this and export save feature as. QGIS is a free software. You can see my earlier tutorial video how to use QGIS. Then select the format GeoJSON and give the name and just export it. Give the EPSG 4326, the projection, any projection you can use, and just export it. So you will be able to export into GeoJSON format, and just keep that file in that folder only, like I have kept here building.geojson, like this. Just keep that file there only. Okay, just export it and keep it here. Or you can fetch the data from geoserver. I will show you how to fetch the data. Okay, so now we'll go to the code and this page simultaneously. So one by one I will explain you. So this is the basic HTML file. As you can see, HTML tag is there, head. So these are the two scripts which we are importing into our HTML page. This is Cesium.js. So as you can see, localhost 8082, this port number may be different for you. Then this is the 3D folder and libs folder, inside which we have extracted this Cesium 1.81. So this path you may have to change according to your folder. If you have created some other name like 3D, maybe GIS, then inside that library, so you have to change that according to this much you have to change according to your need. Similarly in this, okay, otherwise this should remain same. Then the style also, you have to CSS file you have to import. Similarly this 3D up to this and up to this you have to modify according to your folder name. Then this should remain same, body and everything. Then now this is our JavaScript code from here. Like this is the viewer which you are able to see. This viewer is called Cesium viewer. So you have to define new Cesium viewer. Cesium container means this is the HTML element inside which it is rendering. These two names should be same. If you change this name, just change the name here also. Okay, and this is the viewer. If you will add this code only, so you will be able to see a viewer with a globe and every base map and everything. Nothing you have to do. Simple these 5 lines of code, you will be able to see this much. Apart from this drop down, you will be able to see everything only using this 5 line of code. Then this I have made comment. This is basically OSM buildings. If you add this viewer means this dot scene dot primitive add Cesium dot create OSM buildings. So basically you are adding the OSM buildings with the height here. Okay, so let me I will comment it later on. You can uncomment this. Then for adding the WMS service, like if you have GeoServer installed, if you have gone through my earlier videos, you must be aware of the GeoServers, and you can put your data inside the GeoServer. You can put the GeoServer inside the Tomcat, deploy, and then you can put your data inside the GeoServer. You can like I have published few of my shape files in the GeoServer. Like here, if you go to the layer preview, so I am using one of the layers here. Like I have created one variable called where image layers is equal to where.image layers. Okay, this is my function. Now I will keep on adding layer in this image layers dot add imagery provider, new Cesium web map service. This is WMS service, and then this is the URL of my GeoServer. You can change the port here 8080 according to your. And this is my layer name, India state. Means from here I am taking this name because I have published. This is the India state. Okay, that's why you are able to see this boundary. Let me show you. This boundary is WMS. This is basically tiles only, PNG or JPEG tiles, like image PNG tiles. So if I uncomment this, you will be able to see USA boundary. Now I'll show you. You will be able to see the USA boundary, simple boundary with colors, with the style already defined in the GeoServer. So this is the USA boundary. If I click here, open layer, so similar thing, you will just, the layer will be overlaid over the globe, like this layer already in the GeoServer. This is overlaid over the this one. This is a very simple thing. You can overlay and click on that, you will get the information. Okay, so let me uncomment. Let me make a comment of this again. WMS, how to publish? Just you have to give the name here from GeoServer, and you have to give the GeoServer WMS link. So this is how you can add WMS layer on your globe, Cesium globe. Now it will be gone. Yes. Now this is the start of looking at USA. Basically, when you load your application, so it is looking at, as you can see, sorry, you can see the USA. So this is the start of location. Destination Cesium rectangle from degrees. This is the basically the extent of USA. So what you have to see, you have to take latitude longitude of this point, below left and upper right here, from here to here. So I have given these coordinates here. So if you can change it according to your location, according to your data. So globe will come at your location, whatever extent you will give. So you can use QGIS for that. Like what I have done, I have basically used QGIS only for checking the extent. This is my USA layer. I will zoom it too. So that's how from here I have taken this minus 125, 21 something. So as you can see, minus 125, 49. So like this, I'm just taking from here. So you can take the extent from here. Okay. So this is how you can set the initial view of the globe. Then this is the toolbar. Now toolbar has started. This is this toolbar. So one by one we will add the layers. 1, 2, 3, 4 layer. Then remove all. Remove all means it will remove all the layers. So as you can see, this is bracket, this is bracket. So this is our first layer. So in text I have written select layer function. It will do nothing. This select layer will do nothing. Then second layer, if you see, is USA population with the very normal style. So this much code only from 81 to this, as you can see 106. So text you can give anything. Function, this is the function for adding any data. Data sources dot add cesium dot geojson data source load. So here you have to give the link of your geojson data. So if you have like you have exported as I earlier told you, you can export any shapefile here. Right click, export, save feature as. You can export any format here, and you can copy and paste that anywhere like here, and just you have to give the name here. But right now I'm showing you how to fetch if you have already data inside the GeoServer. So how to fetch from there, like here in GeoServer, as you can see, this is my this layer. So inside, if you go on his, this is layer preview, you click on layer preview, and this layer you select one. Here there will be option for GeoJSON. So click on GeoJSON. So you will be able to see the this link, and this is the GeoJSON data. So just one thing you have to do, you have to remove this and max feature 50. So it is currently showing only 50 features out of all the features. So just remove this and click. So now all features will be loaded. Just copy this link and just paste it here. So now you will be able to the same data over here. So that's why this data is coming from GeoServer. And I'll show you how to, if you don't want to fetch data from GeoServer, what you can do directly, just give building layer JSON data source dot load. I am giving building.geojson. So I have exported the data shape file to the GeoJSON, and I have copied it to the same folder, web apps 3D. This is, so that's why I am just directly written this. If you can create any new folder here like GeoJSON or something, then you have to give here that folder name. Suppose I create test folder, then slash like this. Okay. So I have directly copied it there. That's why I am giving only building.geojson. So it is taking data from there. So if you have your shape files, you don't want to publish into the GeoServer, you just export it using the QGIS or any other software. Just copy in that folder and give the name here. So both the options for you. Then after adding this simple style, this thing is basically what you fly to. Basically when you click, it will fly, your camera angle will fly. Let me show you how. Suppose I select this simple style, so it will fly now. So you're looking from some angle because it is three-dimensional. So you can modify according to this, like Cesium Cartesian 3 from degrees. This is the latitude, longitude and height from where you want to see. So suppose for what I am doing for US, I am watching it from somewhere here. As you can see, this pen, my mouse, I am watching it from here. So the latitude, longitude is from somewhere here, and height, from how much height, because I want to see the whole USA. That's why this I am giving that much height in meter. But if you give 430, so it will zoom it to somewhere else. But I want to see the whole USA. That's why the height is high. So this is for setting your camera, basically your viewpoint. This is my viewpoint. I am watching it at this latitude, longitude and height from 43. I don't know how much once, 4.3 million meters something, I think. So I'm watching it from that much far. And this is the orientation, basically north. If you know about photogrammetry, X, Y, Z. So there is yaw, pitch, roll. Three things are there. So this is roll, heading, pitch and roll in this. So from northing and easting I'm making it constant. From roll also I'm making it constant. Only pitch I'm making this. So if I suppose if I make it 90, I'll show you. Watch it from the top, exactly perpendicular. Let me show you. Suppose if I click this, so see, somewhere here I'm watching, and from the top, exactly from the 90 degree. So as I already explained you, I am watching it from somewhere here, but not with any angle, exactly from the top. So here it is basically minus 90, from minus 90 degree, exactly. So I have to change it to something else. Let me make it 65. So now it will, I will watch some degrees at this location, at this height. So let me do this again. So height is very important. This is for camera angle, simple style. So now it is okay. Now you are not watching at perpendicular, you are watching at 65 degrees something in radians. So this you can modify according to your need, and this you have to modify from which you may want to watch from here. So you can give the latitude longitude of this point, like here -69 or 26.94, and some height. If you want to watch it from here, you can give that, so it will fly to that. Now again, for extrude, now this is the example of simple polygon layer overlaid. Now if you want to extrude the polygon height based on some attribute, so this is next is for that, from this 108 line. So this is again, the link is same, I'm taken from this, or you can give the, you can export the file, GeoJSON file, and you can give the name here, you can copy inside that folder. But this code is for giving the colors. Like you just see this one, where name is equal to entity dot name. So name is my field, so according to this name field, it will give the color. So name is unique, so for every different name it will give different color, like random color. So you can change this field dot name. Suppose you want to give 4 polygons same color, so you have to give the same attribute to those 4 polygons, and you have to give the name here, so it will give the color, the same color to all those polygons. So it will take the unique name and it will give the different colors. And for extruding, here entity dot properties persons, this is the person field. Based on this I want to extrude, divide by 50, because population is very high, in lakhs and in millions. Okay, so that's why if I take directly person, I will not divide it, so the height will be very uh, basically huge, so you will not be able to see the data very good. That's why I have divided by 50 times, I've reduced it by the 50 times. So if you click here, now the camera angle is same, because for USA I've given the same. So now it is extruding, but if I remove this 50, so this height will be very high, very huge, very large. That's why you have to manipulate this, you have to scale your extruding based on the value. Okay, so now it is giving the different color for different polygons, because I have given the color based on this name. You can change this field name according to your need. Okay, so this is regarding this extruding. And then another example, again the similar, I have given the fly camera and 65, and this duration is 5. Basically, in how much duration it will fly to that location. Let me show you. If I click here and see, so it will fly in that much time to that location. Okay, so this is time for that. Then third is my buildings, which I have created, and this is coming from GeoJSON file directly, which I have exported using QGIS building.geojson. And on the base of ID I am giving the color. This is entity.id. So ID is different for different buildings, so it will give different colors. And then based on the height I am giving, I have not multiplied or divided anything, because height is in meters, 10 meter to 20 meter, 100 meters, so it is okay for extruding based on those values. So if I click to buildings, it will take some time, this, and it will go, but like this is ID is different for all the buildings, so it has given the different colors, and it has extruded based on this height. Let me show you one more thing. If you want to extrude it more, what you do, you 10 times you multiply it with 10 times, so now extrusion will be 10 times more. You can see 10 times it is increased, so you can increase or decrease your extrusion based on the values. Okay, so let me again change it to, let me delete this. Okay, this is fine now. So this fly, now in this case, what I, as you can see, this cesium rectangle from degrees. So I am watching it. Let me go to my building shapefile. I am watching it from somewhere here, and height, as you can see, is significantly reduced now. Here 77, this is my latitude longitude viewpoint, 1500 only. So I am watching it from the 1500 meter only, because my area of interest is very small. If I keep it 43,000 or 50,000, so my viewpoint will be somewhere, I'll tell you, somewhere here. From here you will not be able to see those buildings. So based on your data, you have to give the viewpoint, and this is the angle of that. I have modified the angle also. This is about these buildings. Then for India, I have this is India. This data GeoJSON format is coming from geoserver again. Then based on this name only, I have given the color, and here I have multiplied by 5000 because my value is very small. GID is 123 something, so the extrusion was very less, so I have multiplied it the 5000 times, so it will give you a good extrusion, a good elevation. But in this fly, as you can see, what I am doing, let me show you India here. So I am watching it from somewhere here. Let me explain you from somewhere here, and with this much height, because I want to see the whole India. So that's why I'm watching it from very far away. So if I change it to 0 again, you can again watch it from somewhat some other height. So this height and this latitude longitude depend upon your viewpoint, where from where you want to see and at what angles. This orientation you have to modify according to your need. So this is the extrusion, as you can see. Okay, 5000 times only. So you want to extrude more, so you can multiply one. You can give 6000 or 7000 here. Then this is the remove all. Remove all means if I click here remove all, so it will remove all buildings. Similarly, you can as I already told you, you can go on the world terrain and you can see the buildings and everything. There is a lot of other tutorials are on the website of Cesium JS, where you can overlay the contours of here, contours also. That this much is the code only. So hope I have explained the code pretty well. You can modify this code according to your data. And just if you want to see the OSM building, just uncomment this viewer.scene primitive, this one. So you will be able to see the OSM, whatever OSM building data is there. So you will be able to see all those buildings, as I already shown you some of the buildings. Buildings will come here. Many buildings are already there in 3D. You can create the shape files. You can extrude based on some height, and you can give different colors based on any field. As you can see, this is 3D, pretty nice 3D. You can see here. Get the information about. So what you can do, you can go to the Cesium. This there will be, I think, some examples will be available. If you click on Cesium JS here, a lot of examples will be there, I think. uh, yeah, as you can see here, I have only shown you here that basic vector data. If you have any point, line, polygons, you have how to overlay those data over the globe, and you can show in the third dimension. There are a lot of examples. I have only this component. I have shown you data sources. Here this is GeoJSON, KML also. You can make tools also. You can custom database. You can make so many things like for this kind of data also, like satellite. You can show the revolution of the satellite also. Like, see this, like this. So you can go through these. So many examples are given here. You can create buildings. You can overlay that, and you can modify this code here, and you can run here also. So I have just given you the for like basic GIS data. If you have how to show on the basically 3D WebGIS your data. So that's it from this video. I hope this you must have liked this video. If you like this video, kindly give a thumbs up, and also do subscribe to this channel for the more videos. I will try to upload more and more videos on the weekly basis. So what I will do, basically I will upload this HTML file in my Google Drive, and I will give the link in the description, so you can download and you can modify this according to your data sets. So thank you, thanks a lot for watching.